to get the response plan, we need to start by defining roles and responsibilities. And you want to make sure you assign specific roles to team members mostly, but you want to also clearly define who does what during an incident. And it's also important to know who does what post-incident and who does what during the testing of the response plan. We're going to talk about the testing soon. We have to worry about a couple of things over here. We have to worry about the fact that sometimes when things like that happen, when there is an incident, everybody's running like chickens with their head cut, and it's a problem. If you have specifically assigned roles and responsibilities to team members, the chances of people losing their mind and stressing and not knowing what to do next, even though they spoke about it quite a few times internally, chances are pretty low if they know what needs to be done. So an example is to assign one person to handle communication with clients, another with the IT people, another one with maybe your lawyer or your insurance company. It might be one person doing all of those, and then another person starting to document. Depends on the size of your business. This is one thing, to start defining the roles and responsibilities of who does what. Now you need to create a team, basically, which is a team of those individuals. And the team might look like an office manager, the CIO or CTO, of course, somebody from the IT staff, your insurance company contact team. If you have a cyber liability policy, it's important, obviously, that you know how to reach them in case of an incident. You don't want to start reaching out at 2 o'clock in the morning when you know your data is being eaten alive and uploaded to the cloud or whatever by a hacker. You don't want to look for your insurance paperwork at that point. So make sure you build a team. It's important to also maybe put an attorney, a law firm that specializes in those type of cases to be on call for you as well. The protocol of communication and action is the next step. You want to establish clear communication channels for reporting incidents. There are internal communication, external, are emails safe to be used at that point. We need to make sure that everyone knows how to report an issue and how to contact others. So, for example, how do you let all of your employees know? We've had a client that told us that when it happened to them before our time with them, they actually sent an email to all of their team members and told them, guys, we're under attack. Let's not use the company emails anymore. Let's communicate with my personal email address from your personal email address. Here is my personal Gmail account, and blah, blah, blah. Now the hacker knows that as well. If they're on your network, if they have a keylogger, if they know exactly what's happening on the communication, if they're on your Microsoft account, that might be a problem. So emails might not be safe. Is it realistic to make phone calls to start notifying your team? What about external communication? If you have 400 customers that you have to notify because there's laws about notification in some states, you might need to call all of your clients. From what I understand, I'm not a lawyer, but from what I understand, the normal way that you communicate with your customers is the way that you should report to them an incident like that if you feel that their data is in danger. For example, if normally you call your clients, you should be calling them to report an incident. But if usually you email them or you send them an alert through a pop-up on their screen or whatever it is, you can use that as well. Obviously, snail mail to cover your tracks as well to show what was done, etc. But what are the communication protocols? Make sure that you know to put that in your action plan. And break it down also to the immediate actions, the containment strategies, and the recovery steps. And I want to add something else, the post-incident lesson learned. We have it in one of the other slides later. Obviously, what actions should be taken immediately? For example, are you going to turn off the internet so no data will be leaked outside? Are you going to shut down your server? Are you going to unplug your router from the electricity, for example? Are you going to call this or call that person? Sometimes doing some of those things might tamper with evidence, not knowingly maybe, but you might not allow your insurance company to send their own digital forensics people right away to see what information is actually leaving your establishment or being stolen or being uploaded. Sometimes it's maybe just like half a folder that was encrypted or was uploaded to the hackers' servers on the cloud, and you don't need to notify the whole world because of that. So knowing what needs to be done, what actions you need to immediately take, how do you contain, what strategies you have to contain that infection or that incident, and then an example over here is to create a contact list with phone numbers and emails of all the team members, set up a dedicated email address for reporting incidents. It's never to be used except for a real scenario. So when you do trials and when you do testing of those response plans, you don't use that because that's going to be saved only for real incidents. Or you do use it to make sure it works and people know what to expect and how to digest that information, knowing that it's coming from a real emergency address kind of thing.